Interactive voice response, you might know it as IVR, is how you can automate communications with your callers through voice or keypad responses. I'm going to show you how to set it up in today's HubSpot hack. All right, folks, before we get started, I should mention that you will need at least sales or service enterprise to set up IVR or interactive voice response inside of HubSpot. All right, first things first, we're going to log into HubSpot here and click this gear icon up at the top right to get into our account settings. On the left-hand side, you're going to scroll down and you'll see underneath tools that there is a calling area. So this is where you can go to call setup and interactive voice response. These are the two places that we're going to need to go in order to set this up. So interactive voice response is where you actually build the workflow. I'm going to show you how to do that a little bit later on in the video. The first thing we need to do is actually set up our HubSpot numbers in order to even set up this IVR. So when I click call setup, you'll actually see that I have a couple set up already. One for my main line IVR. This is your main number. This is the one you're going to have on your website. It's going to be linked to if you have a Google page for you. This is the one you're going to want people to call in order to say if they want to talk to sales or customer service. And the example I'm going to be showing today is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be an option for sales, service, or 0 for more help. So I have my main line set up. I also have customer support. I do want to set up another one for sales, and you only need to set these numbers up if you want to have them ring multiple people at one time. If it's just going to one person, you can actually skip setting up a number for support and sales, but most organizations are going to want to ring multiple people. First person available can grab it. So let's set that up. So let's click to get a HubSpot number. Click next. It asks you the area code that you want and the country here. So it must have picked up that I'm in New Jersey. So I'm going to click to generate a number. If you're not happy with that one, you can click to generate another one and do this as many times as you want until you get one that works for you. So let's get this number. Continue through setup, and let's call this one sales. You can choose a consent message for recording and assign it to someone if you want to, but since this is going to be a team number, we're not going to assign it to anyone. Okay, we have our sales, our customer support, and our main line set up. Now what we need to do is make sure these are actually connected to our help desks. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to go down to inbox and help desk, and then choose help desks, and connect the channel. When I'm connecting these numbers here, I'll connect and do calling. I'm going to use an existing number. I could also generate a new number here or port an existing number to HubSpot. You saw me create the numbers already. So the first thing I'll do is do our customer support one. Go through setup. And what I'm setting up here is basically whenever somebody calls these numbers, one, it's going to create a ticket to make sure the activity of it is tracked. And two, this is where I'm going to assign who these calls can be rotated or actually ring all at the same time, who's going to be on the team that can take these calls. So perfect. I've got my support pipeline here that this is going to go to in the new stage. Click next, and then choose who I want this to assign to. So I highly recommend utilizing Teams for this. Teams can be used in multiple areas, and say your team changes, you add someone or lose someone, you can just edit the team and it'll edit your call routing, your ticket routing, lead routing, if that's what you're using it for, so on and so forth. But I'm going to pick, this is where I can pick specific users. So I'll do my global support team. And if I wanted to add anyone specifically in here, I could do that as well. So choose a voicemail if no one's able to answer, choose one for after hours, and then finish. So let's connect another channel. Let's real quick do our sales one. We'll use another existing number, the sales number that we set up. We'll do our sales ticket pipeline, and we'll choose our sales team. Do sales teams that this can route to. All right, our numbers are all set up. Now let's go build our IVR workflow. So on the left-hand side, you'll want to go to calling and then interactive voice response. And this is where you can edit any existing menus that you have, but we're going to be creating a brand new one from scratch. So let's click to add an IVR menu. We'll give this one a name. So we'll call this our HubSpot Hacks IVR menu. And choose the incoming call trigger. So this is where you'll want to use that main line that I set up earlier. Whatever this is called is the trigger for this IVR flow or workflow. You'll notice it looks very similar to the regular HubSpot workflow builder. So you should be pretty comfortable. If you have experience with that, you should be pretty comfortable doing this too. Next, we'll then choose if we want this to be a keypad menu or a voice menu. We're going to do keypad here just for simplicity of this video. and then choose your audio message. So when I click here, I have a couple pre-recorded. I'm going to click to add a new one though, and give this one a name. We'll call this our HubSpot Hacks main menu. You can even upload audio if you want to. So we're going to do text to speech for this one, but you can record this yourself or hire someone and upload the audio. But I've got a pretty basic message here. Thanks for calling HubSpot Hacks. This is being recorded for quality and training purposes. 1 for sales, 2 for support, 0 for all other inquiries. It's pretty neat down here. If you're not doing, if you are doing text to speech, if you're not doing pre-recorded audio, you can choose the different voices that you want. So there's tons of different ones that you can test out to find the ones that you like. And then there's lots of different languages too. So of course there's English, United States. Se hablas español. You could search and you could do Spanish. Se parla italiano. There's also Italian. So there's something for a lot of different languages here. Next thing we need to do is just add in our keypad options. So we already have 0 here. So let's add in another key press of 1 and then 2 and click save. So you also see it added in a wrong input or no input. If we click into this option, you'll see it'll repeat the message 3 times before it goes into that wrong input or no input section. So if they press keypad 1, that was based on the IVR, is going to go to sales. So we're going to do ring 2 and then choose our sales number. So if it is going to one person, I mentioned earlier in the video, you don't need to set up a number for it. It can go directly to a person. That's where you can choose it here. If you want it to say just ring me, I could do that, but let's set this up to go to our sales team. And then for support, let's ring this one to our support team and click save. So you'll see that by ringing it to a number, that automatically ends the workflow. But if we wanted to, for example, we could add additional menus on. So after pressing 2 to get support, we could say, what kind of support do you need? Do you need technical support, help logging into your portal, something else? And press more buttons, have more options for menus to narrow things down to make sure things are going to the right team. I'm just keeping things super simple for sake of this video. So let's say if they press 0 for all other inquiries, let's also ring this to customer support. And also say if there's no input or a wrong input, let's actually ring that one to customer support as well. All right, one other neat trick on the top right here, this is alerts. Look to see there if there's any errors. It'll alert you if you try to publish it. So you can always check there for alerts. And on the left-hand side, you have this view area where you can see a list view of everything that you've built out along, I like this visualizer here. And you can, if it's lots of different branches, you can zoom out and zoom in as much as you like. But all right, our IVR menu is ready to go. The only thing left to do is save and publish. And just like that, it goes live pretty quickly. Feel free to test it if you want. I'm actually gonna go ahead and test mine right now. So pop open my phone and I wanna dial that main IVR menu number. And let's see how it sounds.
Thank you for calling HubSpot Hacks. This call is being recorded for quality and training purposes. For sales, please press 1. For customer support, please press 2. For all other calls,
So sounded pretty good. I literally set this up seconds ago. I know there could be the magic of editing, but there wasn't in this case. I published it, I called it, and it was live, and it was working pretty well. I hope you enjoyed this video on setting up an interactive voice response menu inside of HubSpot. Again, down in the description is a link to sign up for our HubSpot Hacks newsletter to get videos like this sent right to your inbox. Make sure you like and subscribe, and happy HubSpotting.